I found these patterns on Steve Good's website. I'll leave a link in the description. Liked them and decided to make some. These are cut from quarter-inch thick red oak, about 4 3/4 wide by 8 inches long. The patterns are simple, so it makes sense to stack cut them. I'm using blue painter's tape to hold 3 pieces in each stack. Then I'll use spray adhesive to attach a pattern to the top of each stack. You could also use clear packaging tape if you prefer. I'm making two patterns, a nativity scene and a Christmas tree. There was also a snowflake pattern, and I used the same technique to cut those from maple. I keep a cardboard box with cut down sides I use with the spray adhesive. The box catches any overspray, and after it gets really messy, you just toss it and replace it with another box. If your spray adhesive can be used as a temporary or permanent bond, follow the instructions for permanent. That way you don't have to worry about the pattern coming loose while you're cutting, and the tape peels off easily, taking the pattern with it when you're done. You'll need to drill a hole at the top of the ornament. I believe I measured it 5/16. Then pilot holes for the internal cuts. There will be 3 pilot holes for the Christmas tree and 4 for the nativity scene. The size of those doesn't matter. A beginner on the scroll saw might want to cut these individually rather than stack cutting them. If you do that, I recommend a number 3 blade. Since I have hundreds of hours of experience on scroll saws, I'll stack cut these to save time. I'm using a number 9 Pegasus modified geometry blade, my go-to blade for most projects. Those blades with the Pegasus scroll saw make an awesome combination. I get accurate cuts with very little tear out on the bottom. Not too long ago, I tested 14 different blades, and I'll leave a link to that video in case you are interested in watching the test. It wasn't scientific, but it proved to me that these are the best blades for me with my cutting style and the types of projects that I work on. I'll leave a link to my source for the Pegasus scroll saw and blades in the description as well. This is an affiliate link, and I'll receive a commission on any orders you place using it. I'll start the outside cut for the ornament at the bottom where there's a sharp point. I always like to start at a point when I can. If you start on a curve, you'll end on that curve, and sometimes there'll be a small bump left at that spot. You can sand it off if it's not in an inaccessible place, but I'd rather not have to do that if I can avoid it. By starting at a point, you cut up one side, then back on the other, and the result is a nice sharp point. Take your time, let the blade do the work. If you put too much pressure on the blade, you may cause it to flex, and the sides of the ornament won't be at 90 degrees to the top and bottom. Too much pressure can also cause the blade to overheat and burn the wood, or to wear out sooner than it should and break.